Last summer, I had an unforgettable road trip with my son to his hockey camp. I woke up early around 5:30 because we needed to leave before the sun got too hot. The first thing I did was turn on the lights in the kitchen to make some breakfast. I quickly made a cup of coffee to help me wake up and get myself going. I felt a little bit groggy after only a few hours of sleep. After a quick breakfast, I realized I still needed to cool off my coffee because it was too hot to drink right away. I poured some ice into a glass and that watched the steam rise. It took a few sips. I was also reminded that my family has way too many pair of shoes, but I just grabbed my trusty sneakers and put on my favorite sweatshirt because it was chilly outside. Once I felt ready, I went back to the car to gas up tank. I had forgotten to fill it up before, so I had to make a quick stop at the gas station. After filling up, I needed to start up the engine. I was relieved when it bored to life, and I thought to myself, we're really doing this. Before we hit the road, I had to load up all my son's gear into the trunk. He had packed everything he needed for his time at camp. It was a lot of work, but he was excited. I told him, remember, I'll pick you up in 3 days. As we drove along, the sky started to cloud up, and I hoped it wouldn't rain during our trip. I turned on some music to keep us entertained, and my son and I sang along to our favorite songs. I also had to plug up my phone to charge it, since I was using it for navigation. The drive felt long, but we made a quick stop at a diner to grab breakfast. It was a great place with delicious pancakes, and I was glad we decided to stop by. After that, we continued our journey, and I could feel the excitement in the air. When we finally arrived at the hockey camp, I parked the car and we began to unload his bags. I reminded him to check in at the dorm before saying goodbye. As he got out of the car, I felt a little sad, knowing he would be away for a few days. But I also felt proud of him. Once he was all settled in, I was ready to head back home. The trip back felt quicker, and I took the time to snoop around a few scenic spots I had noticed on the way there. It was nice to hang out and enjoy the peaceful drive back. By the time I got home, I felt exhausted but happy. I had dropped off my son, filled the car with gas, and even squeezed in some fun for myself. It was a road trip I wouldn't forget anytime soon.